This is Jesus, a rabbi and healer from Nazareth, who teaches with authority. He leads his followers toward Jerusalem and toward a destiny that reveals his true nature. This is Peter, a fisherman turned disciple, blunt and bold. He speaks first when he cannot yet understand what God is doing, and his heart often acts faster than his thought. This is James, a disciple who stands near Peter and John. Quiet and observant, he witnesses what most will not see and will carry that memory into the church. This is John, the youngest disciple and a close companion of Jesus. His sensitivity and memory will shape how the early community remembers this moment. This is Moses, the great lawgiver of Israel, returned as a figure of the covenant. His presence links Jesus to the promises and the story of Israel's rescue. This is Elijah, the prophet associated with thunder and confrontation. He appears with Moses to show that the prophetic and the legal witness converge in Jesus. As the last beat ended on the plain, Jesus leads Peter, James, and John up a high mountain to pray. The climb is quiet and deliberate. Jesus means to be alone with God and to show these three something they will carry into the long road ahead. In that silence, they rest on the summit. Peter breathes as if unsure. James steadies his gaze. John is open and expectant. Jesus bows in prayer, separating himself slightly. The setting prepares them for an event that will reframe everything they have been taught about the Messiah. As dawn moves into deeper light, Jesus is transfigured before them. His face shines like the sun, and his garments become dazzling white. The transformation is not magic but a revelation. The hidden glory of his true identity breaks through the ordinary skin of time. In that very moment, Moses and Elijah appear and stand with Jesus. Moses, the law, and Elijah, the prophets, converse with him. Their presence makes a theological point. Jesus is rooted in Israel's story and is the summit where law and prophecy meet. As the light intensifies, the disciples fall prostrate. Wonder and fear clash inside them. Peter trembles between desire to speak and dread. They see more than a miracle. They sense, they witness a revelation that demands a response. But before they understand, Peter blurts out a plan. He suggests building 3 shelters to preserve the moment. His impulse reveals a human instinct to hold on to the sacred. Yet the spectacle resists being contained by tent or by words. As Peter speaks, a voice from heaven interrupts. "This is my beloved Son. Listen to him." The sound shakes them. God is not given a form, but speaks through light. The command folds the scene into covenantal language. Jesus is Son, worthy of obedience. In that voice, the disciples fall completely prostrate. Fear overwhelms them because they stand before God speaking. Their physical collapse marks theological humility. Human beings cannot preside over divine revelation. They can only receive it. But before the mountain silence lengthens, Jesus approaches them and touches them. He tells them to stand. His words and presence turn fear into obedient attention. He is both the voice and the one spoken about. His nearness makes the revelation pastoral, not just terrifying. When the light recedes, they see Jesus alone. Moses and Elijah have gone. The mountain returns to normal light, but the memory of the vision remains. The disciples must now reconcile the ordinary Jesus they follow with the extraordinary identity they have glimpsed. As they descend, Jesus instructs them to tell no one about the vision until after his resurrection. He explains that the revelation is not a spectacle to be exploited now. It points forward to a vindication that only the cross and the resurrection will disclose. Then Jesus explains that Elijah must come and suffer, and that the Son must endure suffering as well. He links prophetic expectation with the path of cross and redemption. The Transfiguration is a preview that points to suffering accepted, not avoided. When they return to the other disciples, they find a scene of dispute. A father brings his sick son, and the disciples cannot heal him. The contrast from the mountain vision to the valley crisis makes the lesson practical. Divine glory does not remove the world's suffering instantly. So in that valley, Jesus rebukes the unbelief he finds and heals the boy. He links the mountain vision to a call to faith. The miracle teaches that glory demands trust. Seeing signs must lead to humble dependence, not pride or confusion. After the healing, the disciples ask privately why they could not cast out the spirit. Jesus answers that faith, prayer, and humility matter. He does not shame them, but teaches that spiritual authority is exercised in reliance on God, not self-confidence. Then Jesus again foretells his coming suffering, death, and resurrection in Jerusalem. He ties the Transfiguration and the valley events together. Glory is not divorced from sacrifice. The disciples are learning that kingship in God's kingdom is shaped by the cross. Finally, Jesus teaches them about humility, saying the greatest must be servant of all. The mountain revealed glory. The valley calls for service. The vision is not privilege but preparation for a community shaped by humble love and costly obedience.